Hello everyone, a huge show of kick-ons coming up. We're one superstar down in K-Mac. Get well soon, K-Mac.
What is that music?
Can you hear that in your ears?
What is that rubbish?
What has happened? We've started in five. I tell you what,
Salty over here.
the showdown between the Adelaide Good and the Port Adelaide Great. Bad luck, Great.
Yeah, it's all right. I was a Crow supporter as a kid, so I'm sort of happy that the Crows won.
You're a mad
Justice
Port man.
too. We would have
been robbed.
Would have been a riot.
Right
Give us a
in
look
front
at that again. It
of
fits you. Look at that jumper. Still fits you amazingly well.
Port Adelaide nearly stole it. We won't talk about the umpiring, Richo, but I think the best team with plus 20 inside 50s, as hard as it is to say, were the right winners on the day.
Everything he said.
I agree.
And you're on fire at the moment. You're anchor bets, and everyone needs to tune in. The Sportsbet app is simply the best. So just keep following JJ on the app. Have a look at this little bad boy.
So effectively, this is what I try and find for every game. Best bet for every single game. We call it an anchor because people like to take multis and same game multis. So there's your anchors. That would have paid $497 if you had a multied it up.
There's a roughie.
Yeah, $497.
So I've been doing this show for a good couple of years.
Yeah.
Love it.
You've single-handedly carried the show.
Yes, this is the first time I've ever heard of any anchor bets. So this says to me, this is the first time you've had any sort of success, because if it wasn't, you would have been pretty quick to spruik it.
43 wins and 28 losses on the year we've had thus far. Keeping track. So there you go. There's some receipts
Feel free
for you.
to download the app for starters.
I've got the app.
Or research it. I know you're busy.
I had to bring it to the attention of our viewers.
Well,
It's
that's
the first time
because-
he's mentioned the anchor bets on the program.
Speaking of the app, on any given game, I've got to slide through. Kane's right. Kane's this.
Yep.
Kane's that. Brownie's got some stuff on there. Kane's got
K-Mac.
some stuff on there.
Richo's Roughie.
Hoyne, the Dr. Hoyne's got some stuff on there. And then the lucky last slide is the anchor where you actually find the winners.
Oh, my mistake. Okay, enough head wobbling. Of course, K-Mac is unwell, so we love her dearly, and hopefully she gets well soon. And we do need to give her a little pump up for her clearances bet. So,
Yes.
hey, Kane, available on the app.
Yep, marks, clearances, all sorts of unique stats that you can now wager on. And she got Clayton. She would have been pretty happy when she saw the conditions in that game. There it is. There.
Yeah.
And you'll note, and this is the best part about it. So Finn Callaghan 5 clearances and Oliver 7. Traditionally, you could only take your 4, 6, 8, 10. Now you can go incrementally like you can with disposals. So
absolutely,
just a perfect little sweet spot there. So well done to Kane.
How'd we go with our over-unders, Richo?
Well, there was one void, and therefore there was a 3 out of 3 scenario.
I'm back.
For JJ and for
K-Mac.
Now, I'm concerned about my
This is
girl.
why she's not here, I think.
It's nothing to do with that.
Don't give me the illness.
But she has told me that she has a new philosophy and she's going to nail it this
What is
week.
it?
She won't reveal what the new philosophy is, but she has a new philosophy. Can I go forward to Friday night at the Gabba?
Be my guest.
Please. The mighty Carlton Football Club are making their way up to the Gabba in red-hot form, our Blues.
I wouldn't go.
This could be yuck.
Well, it looked good when the fixturing did it on a Friday night. I thought these are going to be two pretty good teams.
Huge.
We thought huge drawing teams, a back-to-back premiers. Carlton, big audience watching in Melbourne, of course. Now the line is 42.5, JJ. Wow. Will they get inside that line?
Depends how invested in the game Brisbane are. They might sleepwalk.
We thought that about Essendon with Brisbane, though, didn't we? They were pretty
They
invested.
might play with their food, are you suggesting?
Well, I hope they come. I hope we see the best version of Brisbane. If you're Michael Voss, one key KPI for me, it is Brisbane average 117 marks, most in the competition. Keep them under 100 marks, and the scoreboard might take care of itself. So that's the KPI when it comes to Carlton, because centre bounce clearances, it's number 1 versus number 14. Time in forward half, it's number 2 versus number 14. So if Brisbane dominate those areas, a long night.
11 times since 2025 they've led at half-time and lost.
It's a topic I haven't heard much about.
11 times.
We won't have to worry about it this week, Jason.
Is anyone going to address it?
Well, what do you do?
Can you tell me, you've got a brilliant footy brain. Do they
Thank you.
play the same way in the third quarter that they do in the first half?
Well, physically, for me, that's the thing. I don't know if they can sustain that. I think it's very much a physical thing as well as a mental thing. And then the momentum comes against you and they are unable to halt it. But
look at that.
JJ, what are we looking at here?
So we run the numbers, right? If you had have spent, now you had to be a visionary to do this, $10 on every game Carlton have played this year, and you had $10 on Carlton to win it, lead at halftime, but the opponent to win the game, you would have $355 in the pocket after having spent $80. A pretty good way to make a bit of money. But I wouldn't be doing so this week. I think Brisbane will be in front at halftime.
And you said from the start of 2025, so 11 times. I think the next best is West Coast with 7.
How long's he got, Richo? You're a Carlton man, Vossi. How long's he got?
I don't. You know, at the end of the day,
you don't want to speculate.
You don't want to speculate on a great of AFL football's future.
This season.
Well, he should be this season, but
not a
you could imagine that they'll get shaky by the bye round and make a change. And
tough spot for him to be in, isn't it? To know that is coming, but to still try and lead this footy club to where they have to be competitive on a weekend. So he's in a tough spot.
His post-game analysis, finally, he looked like he'd got to the point where he'd gone, this is just giving me the...
He should go down swinging because
damn straight.
It's his second job. I mean, it's hard to imagine there'd be a third. So go down your way. Don't put your head on the pillow in 2 years' time and think, I wish I'd have done and said this.
Yeah, no, well said. What about Brisbane, though? They have got now so much power in front of goal. What's the first time since round 10, 2024, 3 players 4+?
Yep, it was a good effort from them. They've got 11 players on their list who have kicked 4 goals in an AFL game. So Lohman, Cameron, Bailey, Morris, Neil, Rayner, McCluggage, McCarthy, Oscar Allen, Zorko and Hipwood have all kicked 4 goals in a game before. Their talent is endless.
This has been the secret to their success, is their medium to small forwards that have this much firepower. Like Lohman, they plucked with around a pick 30. Logan Morris, Morris, no one wanted. Like, this is extraordinary, the talent that they have in the front up. Cam Rayner's just going as well. Wait till he gets going. So, I mean, Hipwood will come back. There's another one who's kicked 4 in a game, JJ, when he comes back. So there's the goal markets against Carlton, who defensively have been poor. Who do you like out of those? I don't mind Lohman for 4+.
Flip a coin, to be honest. The guys that are going to be inside 50, Bailey might be up the ground a little bit. Rayner's going to be inside 50. He's just going, as you said. This is why I think they're the best team in the competition, because they have... You can keep 2 or 3 of them down, or 2 or 3 of them can just have a poor night. It doesn't matter. They've got 2 or 3 others who can do the job.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to use a few of them in my world-famous Richo's Roughie. More on that later on in the show. World-famous in my own mind. Port Adelaide versus the Western Bulldogs. So we've got another game on Friday night.
We do.
At Adelaide Oval.
For the second week in a row, Port Adelaide will play on a Friday night as the second one. This is the hardest game, I think, of the round to bet on, particularly with Bontempelli. We're doing this before the teams are announced. Talk that he may be rested. If the Bont is out, that favours things in Port Adelaide's way, but that just shows that they're the line of 1.5 speaks to how close this game is. I think the Bulldogs will win. I think if you can... They're so reliant, Port Adelaide, on 3 players, and that's Butters, Horne-Francis and Georgiades, which we'll get to. I think the Western Bulldogs have a bit more depth with some players back.
What about Port Adelaide off Showdown?
I was going to ask you, both teams off Showdown.
Well, Adelaide's record's actually okay. I used to be able to get the boys back up. But Kane clearly could... Well, you've been done for 10 years. But is that real? Because Port Adelaide have been a pretty good team inside that 10 years.
I just think that speaks to them a little bit. They are a team that I think lacks a little bit of resilience historically, Port Adelaide, and they've struggled to maintain that. We've seen it this year.
Yeah.
You can lose to West Coast, you can lose to North, but you can be highly competitive against Adelaide and Hawthorn, where they almost pinched that game away from home against the Hawks. So, this game is genuinely 50-50 for me. As I said, I think I would favour the Dogs. I just think they've got a bit more firepower and a bit more depth.
I'd like to extrapolate that out for the next game being at home, though. That could be a different scenario. So Port Adelaide.
I like Port in this game, head to head.
Port, absolutely.
Stepped in early days. They were $2 earlier in the week. Now, Bontempelli out. I'm hopeful that happens. Not for for my bet's sake.
What about for his Brownlow hopes?
I don't care about his Brownlow hopes.
You haven't backed him in the Brownlow.
For the Brownlow. But I think Port Adelaide are beautifully set up here. They're the number 1 team in the competition for stopping ball movement.
Right.
So their defensive game is perfecto, as good as anyone else's in the comp. And the Dogs, go back and watch their game against Geelong where they were hammered. All they tried to do was zing it out of the back half. Port will pick that off all night long. I'm super keen on Port here.
What about up front, Big Mitch?
Well, recently the Dogs have been exposed with Jeremy Cameron, Curnow, the Freo Dockers got a hold of them, and Buku is looming for Mitch Georgiades. I don't think he's any match for Mitch.
Buku Mitch was good against Jai Amos.
Mitch is, behind Gunston, the best lead-up player inside 450. So second, in fact, he might be first for marks inside 450, Gunston second. and he will get Buku on the lead. The only question is around his accuracy. 3-3 in the Showdown. That one's no worries straight through, but he's been a bit dicey in front of goals. But he will be absolutely licking his lips. But who's going to come with him, JJ? So reliant on Georgiades. Horn Francis forward a little bit. Durden's been a goal scorer, but do they have enough firepower? There's Buku's record.
I actually think
he's done a pretty good job.
Buku matches up. Amos missed a few. I don't know if you know.
Yeah, I know.
Karmas athletically is a pretty good matchup for him, but it's just about the supply. It's about what comes in against him. And like, he's a good matchup athletically for Kerno, but the ball comes in at such speed and quality, he can't stop them.
4 plus 260. You're not getting a whole lot of value, are you?
You're not. You are if you can trust him to be a bit more accurate. The accuracy issues...
I need $3 plus for that.
The accuracy issues have been the problem for him. But the beauty of Georgiades, if you want to step in, whether it's in same-game multis, straight out, you want to take some of those markets, the volume, the amount of ball that gets kicked in his direction, you're just going to be engaged in the game all night long.
Does he ever kick a bag, though?
Kicked 7 against the D's from memory. Yeah, that's a bag.
That's a bag.
Anything over 5's a bag.
Absolutely.
5 plus is a bag. Yeah, no, we agree with that. Geelong Collingwood, MCG on a Saturday night.
Game of the round?
Oh, I can't wait for it. Yeah. Hopefully the rain arrives. The rain's going to be in the morning, and then hopefully it's going to be a nice night.
Game of the round. So big test for Collingwood, who I think are performing above what they should be. Defensively outstanding. They absolutely smashed in every statistical metric against the Hawks, but drew that game and should have won with 40 seconds left. So there's the line. Yeah, I think Geelong will cover the line because you look at that. Collingwood are in all sorts in so many areas of their game. 18th for contest, ground ball, clearance, scores from clearance. What they do exceptionally well is defend their back 50. Right. They're the best at restricting oppo scores when the ball goes inside forward 50. But gee whiz, I think it's going to fall apart for Collingwood and fall apart reasonably soon.
That's interesting. So good against forward 50. So Jeremy Cameron, though, has got a really good record against the Pies.
He does, because they don't have a very good matchup for him athletically.
Billy Frampton can't go.
No, it'd be Maynard, I reckon.
Or Moore, but good luck.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Moore might try and play on a Ollie Henry or someone and try and air assist. They like to put a body on Cameron and then try and air assist, but he's got a fabulous record against Collingwood because of that very reason. They just don't have a great matchup for him. He's just got the thirst for it again. Clearly that arm was an issue. He had a quad strain at the start of the year. So his first 3 games of the year, only kicked 4 goals. He's kicked 19 in his next 4, and he's been inaccurate. I think at $4, he's your Coleman bet. I think he'll surpass Ben King. We've seen King and his form drop off a little bit. I think this guy at $4, he was $26 not that many weeks ago. That's gone. Yeah. But now he's got the taste for it. He's actually left some on the table, so he should be closer to King when it comes to that market already.
And I think Scratcher Neil, I like the combo market that you've alerted me to, because I think he looks good for 3 plus. And I love all those combo bets because, if they go too hard on Cameron, then Neil can get off the chain.
One kicks 7 and one kicks 1. Perfect.
Well, it happened against the Dogs. One of them kicked 10 and one kicked 1, and we got 11 for, if you don't mind. So those markets drop once the teams are out, so make sure you check it out closer to the game. They've got a very good record, those two, for combining for 5 and 6 very consistently.
Now, here's a conundrum. 2 really talented forwards. If you had to pick one, are you Cadman or Caddy? I think I know what you're thinking.
Well, it's not easy, though. This is an excellent question. Because there is no right or wrong answer here, Richo. So you've got to go a bit with the heart because the numbers are going to stack up pretty evenly, I would think. Albeit, Caddy's doing it in a shocking team. Caddy is 1 out in a shocking team. That's why he gets my vote. I love his effort. I love his attitude. I love his competitiveness and his athleticism. And look at that. It's against 3 opponents and he's doing it against a good side. So he has 0 help. This man has a fraction more help with Jesse Hogan getting the best opposition defender. So to answer your question, it's this man, Nate Caddy. I love him and I can't wait to watch him for the next 10 years.
Yeah, I'd probably take Cadman. I wonder, Cadman's just fearless in the air. I love the way he flies at the footy. He's got a little bit more size as well in terms of his height. Caddy's quite remarkable considering he's undersized. I'd go with Cadman, but this week, so I always try and find not only the anchors you haven't heard of, the 4+ goal scorer each and every week. Last week, it was Logan Morris. How many did he kick? 4. Bang.
I think we both got on that one.
This week, I'm going to combine 2 players, Cadman and Caddy. You're getting $13.75.
Just
already
the one punter. Just the one punter
is aboard and a fireball emoji.
What I will say,
that was me.
Great draft picks. Caddy was like a pick 10.
Yeah.
And Cadman, Giants traded up to get him at pick 1. So
He's
they
a jet.
gave up a lot. They said, he's our man, we want him. North Melbourne said, no worries, we'll trade the picks. He'd be looking pretty good at a North Melbourne jumper right now.
All right, easy on the ruse.
Wow.
Pretty good. That's unbelievable.
I'd sell the farm at the Blues.
Great trading.
For Aaron Cadman. Sell the farm. But thanks for asking my opinion. GWS versus Essendon at NG on Saturday night is the game. Game style. And I like this that we've thrown on the little agenda. Billy Bean style, who was one of my absolute favourites.
How's he going, your man, Nixon?
Who is Billy Bean?
He doesn't watch movies.
I know Mr. Bean.
He does not watch movies, hasn't seen Shawshank Redemption.
Jim Beam.
Hasn't seen Pulp Fiction, and certainly hasn't seen Moneyball, Richo.
I want to see... I tell you what we need to do. We need to watch Moneyball while we give him a hug.
Back to the topic. What's your read on Adelaide? Because I've got a view on Sydney when it comes to this.
Well, I think Adelaide, there is like a force field through the middle of the ground, and Matthew Nick says you're not allowed to go through the middle of the ground.
I'm sure he's not.
He's playing football that was played in 2011 in 2026, and he's just getting away with it at the moment. But if they're not playing off in a prelim final this year, the pressure is going to rise on Matty Nix and your Crows.
He's got some work to do.
What do you think about Sydney? You don't think it's sustainable?
No, I don't like that game style.
Right.
Against
working pretty well right now.
Yeah, I know, and it's worked pretty well for him a couple of times at this stage of the year.
Please don't tell him to stop it.
The forward handball game against a good team who press hard is incredibly vulnerable. And guess who presses very, very hard defensively? They wear maroon like this, a little bit of blue, and it's got a big line on it.
Right, okay.
I think they'll eat them up, that game style. I think they'll eat them up.
Okay, interesting.
So just wind it back a bit, Sydney.
What Adelaide need to do, Richo, is get the big Thillseeker going.
He's on notice. You've put some big names on
notice. He has kicked only multiple goals, 1 in his last 6.
Now, but he competes hard.
All Australian last year. Maybe he can't do it alone. Maybe he was too reliant on Fogarty and my man Taylor Walker. Maybe he's not the guy that they thought he was going to be. So it's time that they show us that he is. They're playing Richmond. Time for him to kick 6 because there isn't a Richmond defender that can go with him. If you're that good, 5+ at least at 5'10" for the Thillseeker. It's about time he got going into the season because if he doesn't, Adelaide are in all sorts of trouble.
He would get his big pythons around your little neck.
He's got a sore back, I think.
He can do that. Do it on the field.
Right.
Okay? So that's Walker, that's Fogarty, that's Rankin, that's the Thillseeker. All on notice at Adelaide.
And you added in the big Bont as well. Yeah. He's taken some big names on the kick-ons. Hope you're enjoying kick-ons. We're going to launch into the world-famous over and under. There's a lot of world-famous things going on. Over and unders, and I will play the role of Kate McCarthy here to help her out. Well, just to read out what she's already done. Her selections are in. Let's do Geelong versus Collingwood. What do we do with Baslenka?
Over. I'm pretty confident this is
31.5
going to explode this game. Huge numbers for Geelong players because Collingwood don't really show any defensive count. This is Anzac Day all over again where a lot of us, including me, went under and I was made to look foolish. I'm not making that mistake again. He's a ball magnet. Over.
North tagged him, which I thought was a mistake. You should be tagging Holmes. I'll go over, but normally I'd PTN this one, play the number.
Yes.
But Bailey's such a hard runner. He just shows up contest after contest. So without any confidence, I'll take the over.
Tom Stewart, is he due? 21.5's the line looks a little low.
Yeah, this is a bit of a trick, right? So when you look at this number straight up, you think, gee, it's low. Tom Stewart bang some kick-ins. But they've been rolling Max Holmes back to take the kick-ins. So some of those have come off his plate. His numbers, 3 of his last 4 have been super low. Without
Having said that,
any confidence at all, I've just talked myself into taking the under. I'm on the over.
yeah, I'm on the over. That's the bet of the round.
Yeah,
I'll play.
Bet of the round.
Agree with you.
Record it out the back.
That's right.
whole
Show it next
thing's
What was
week.
your
recorded,
last
mate.
week's bet of the round too? You declared one that saluted.
Yeah, that was
perfectly as well.
Logan Morris. Thank
That's
you
right.
very much.
That's what you do.
Thank
When
you.
you-
What did K-Mac do? You're supposed to be telling us what
At the
K-Mac...
end.
Okay.
I'm just teasing.
All right, who's next?
Dan Houston. What about Dan Houston? Kano at
Well,
24 and a
I think
half.
they're actually using him the way that they should be using him.
dish.
Like they should have last year. So in one play, he had 4 touches last week, takes the kick-outs with Josh Dacos. So, yeah, I think it's reasonably low. So I'm pretty confident he goes over as well.
PTN, under.
Dakes?
He'll get a sheen. Mullen coming his way.
Yeah,
so.
he will, but I'm not.
29 and a half's
I'm
the
not
number.
confident on this because I think Nick is good enough to do what Zach Butters did.
He can be
against
out O'Sheen.
O'Sheen and out O'Sheen and do this. But I just think I had to go one under, so he was the one. But over under, JJ.
So interesting. So Tom Stewart and Nick Dacos, everyone's agreeing in the same.
I would flip Stewart if I could do it over again.
I wouldn't.
Otherwise, I'm pretty happy. You can't take Nick Dacos over. That's a tease, that line. You cannot take his over knowing Shane Mullen is going to be sitting in his hip pocket for 120.
And the other thing that I thought, he's a bit sore as well, Nick. So that's the other thing. Does he take him forward? Does he try and expose him that way? There's always that risk. So that's why I went under.
Okay, now Carn
Kane. It's back, finally.
It's been stolen by a lot of people.
Well, I'm going to present this one
Sure.
without any comment. Have a look at this for yourself, and then you can make your own adjudications. We know how much our man loves the Bombers. Over to you, Kane.
Well, you're a bit late. So there was a proviso that Essendon could win a final if they stayed healthy, if their captain didn't try and blow the joint up and want to get out. So there was some caveats.
Mate, Fitzroy are closer to winning a final than that.
But it's time to give someone else a go on Anzac Day, I think.
Wow.
Maybe Carlton.
You're watching Kick-Ons. Hope you're enjoying Kick-Ons. The good hits continue, including the world-famous Richo.
World famous.
The third of the world-famous segments that we do have. And I've decided to tackle Brisbane versus Carlton because I think there's a little bit of juice in regards
When you
to...
say Brisbane versus Carlton...
Oh, don't be like that. Charlie Cameron to kick 2, Logan Morris to kick 3. They're very conservative. Zach Bailey to kick 2, Lockie Neal to have 30 plus, McCluggage to have 23 plus, and then here's the big one. Gorgeous George to finally get back in the team, flex his muscles and say, I needed to be in the team, have 25 plus. Put them together at $18.50.
We don't know if he's even playing
Well,
yet.
it'll be void if he doesn't
but
play.
then it's a waste.
It's not a waste.
What about our weekend multi?
Okay, well, you go first.
Yeah,
What
well,
do you
I'm going to
want?
go Bulldogs 1-39. I think they win this game of footy in Adelaide on Friday.
Take that in 2 versions. Take one with Port, 1-39, because I'll win. Chad Warner, 22 plus, and Kate has just slipped in Josh Rochelle, 2 goals on a Sunday against the Tigers.
And did you notice that they weren't very juicy, those odds? So I had to throw in Shannon Neal at $3 just to get our multi
Just
up.
to get it up. Multi's been going pretty well.
It's been going out.
We can't. We're profit for the year.
Thank God. We've made a profit. Hey, K-Mac, we've missed, but you two have been absolutely
How's the
outstanding.
chair been?
Good to have you back.
Been so good. Thanks for watching Kick-Ons.
You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.